Hey there, Greg Smith here, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to get more separation in your downswing so you can absolutely crush your driver. Okay, so we're going to look at how we can increase the separation in your downswing. So what is separation? Why do we need it? Well, basically, separation is the difference between the torso and the pelvis's movement in the downswing. We want to separate to some degree the movement of that pelvis and the torso as we start to come down. And ideally, there's a sequence to it. So as we start that downswing, the pelvis is going to move first, then the torso is going to follow. And there have been studies that show that the more separation that we get between pelvis and torso in the downswing, the more potential club head speed that we can generate coming into the ball. We call this X factor stretch. So it's the difference between the rotation of the pelvis and the torso. And again, if we can increase that to a range that's comfortably possible for you, then you can create more potential speed in your downswing and you can increase your distance. Now, a slight note to that, there are some ideas that increasing that X factor stretch in the backswing can improve that as well. I'm not a big fan of that. I prefer to see more in the downswing, but you know, certainly when we're creating that downswing move, we definitely want to see a little bit of this separation. And I think one thing that really gives us a good key and a good understanding to this is something called chest side bend. So basically, chest side bend is if we were to measure the shoulders, if we were to have a line that goes through the shoulders, and as we're working into the downswing, it's what angle is that tilt of the shoulders. What we'll see with a lot of poor ball strikers, a lot of amateur golfers will be they won't have enough chest side bend. So as we measure it, this is going to be a positive side bend. So we've got the lead shoulder going up as the trail shoulder goes down. And a lot of amateur golfers won't do that. They'll start to get that lead shoulder leaning into the shot. And that is going to cause the dreaded over the top move that we don't want to see in your swing that's going to get the path coming across the ball. So we want to have a bit of this side bend, this chest side bend. So as we come into the downswing, we're actually going to get that lead shoulder going higher and the trail shoulder going lower. What that does is it creates more downswing separation for us. So as we lower the right shoulder as the lead shoulder goes higher, that keeps the sternum back behind the ball and the pelvis is pushed forward. So we get more lateral sway of the pelvis, which we want to do. We have less lateral sway of the torso, so the torso is going to stay more behind the ball at impact, which we want to do. But it also creates more separation. It creates more twist with the torso staying more behind the ball as the pelvis works more laterally because of this chest side bend, because this lead shoulder is going low as the trail shoulder goes high. We create more of this rotation, more of this separation. That's going to give you more lag, more speed. You're going to hit the ball much better. So here's a really simple drill to help you with this. You can see here that I've got an alignment stick on the ground. A golf club will do as well. And I've got it right in the center of my stance, and I'm making sure that it's actually aligned with my navel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the top of the backswing, and then from there, I'm going to push my pelvis, I'm going to push my navel ahead of that line. But I'm keeping my torso back. So my torso, my head is staying behind the ball, but I'm going to try and push my navel so it comes ahead of this alignment stick. And what that does is it allows me to get a little bit of pelvic sway coming into the downswing. As the torso stays behind the ball, it allows me to get this side bend, and it also allows me to create more downswing separation. And to get yourself comfortable with this, just have 10 or so practice swings where you create that move. You go up to the top, staying fairly centered, shift that pelvis past this alignment stick as the torso stays back. You can stop there, have a little hold, and then let the club swing through in the follow through. Do 10 or so repetitions of those every now and then, and you're going to find it a better way to sequence that downswing. And that's what we see with the best players in the world. They get this pelvic sway, they get the torso behind the ball, they create this chest side bend, and they get lots of downswing separation. Okay, so let's see if I can put that into practice. I'm going to do a couple of drills using my alignment stick. I'm going to go up to the top of the backswing, stay nice and centered. Then I'm going to shift the pelvis forwards and let my arms swing through. I'm going to do that again just to get that feel, just to really embed that feeling, nice and centered to the top. Push that pelvis forwards, let those arms swing through. Then I'm going to try and hit one down, just replicating that feel. And when I do that, it not only allows me to get that downswing separation, so I'm going to get more lag to the swing, but it also helps me to push my low point of my swing a little bit forwards, so I'm less likely to catch that ball heavy. I'm going to get cleaner, more efficient strikes. Okay, I hope you found that useful. I hope it's going to help you to get more separation in your downswing and start hitting the ball longer and straighter. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and a share. And you might also want to subscribe to my YouTube channel to receive notifications for when I upload more game-changing content. Thank you for watching.